Afghanistan. The name brings to mind towering mountains, rugged landscapes, and, well, a history deeply marked by conflict. This landlocked nation, nestled right in the heart of Asia, is a country shaped and defined by its geography. While its natural beauty is undeniable, Afghanistan's physical characteristics have also posed profound challenges throughout its long and often turbulent history. The country is dominated by the Hindu Kush mountain range, a massive and imposing barrier that splits Afghanistan into isolated regions. These towering peaks, some of them reaching over 20,000 feet, have carved deep valleys and treacherous passes, making travel and communication honestly a real challenge. The mountains have not only kept communities apart, but have also fostered a sense of regionalism, making national unity a tough goal to achieve. Beyond the mountains, much of Afghanistan is made up of arid plains and deserts. Water, the very lifeblood of any society, is scarce here. Rivers, often swollen by spring snowmelt, shrink dramatically in the scorching summers, offering only limited relief. This unforgiving terrain has made agriculture a risky endeavor, leaving the country vulnerable to drought and food insecurity. Afghanistan's location, at the crossroads of ancient trade routes and empires, has shaped its destiny for thousands of years. But, at the same time, this strategic position has made it a prize sought by conquerors and a battleground for empires, leaving behind a legacy of conflict and instability. Afghanistan's geography has, without a doubt, had a profound impact on its economic and social development. The rugged terrain and the lack of navigable rivers have made internal transportation, well, a logistical nightmare. Roads, often narrow, winding and treacherous, are prone to landslides and avalanches, especially during the harsh winters. This lack of reliable infrastructure has severely hampered trade and economic growth. Farmers struggle to get their produce to market, and businesses face sky-high transportation costs. The isolation of communities has also made it incredibly difficult to provide access to education, healthcare, and other essential services, particularly in the rural areas. And then there's Afghanistan's landlocked status, which has made the country heavily dependent on its neighbors for access to seaports. This dependence has, more often than not, been exploited. Transit fees and political maneuvering have hindered Afghanistan's economic potential. Even the country's rich mineral resources, which are estimated to be worth trillions of dollars, remain largely untapped because of the challenges in extraction and transportation. The lack of connectivity has had a deep social impact too. Isolated communities have developed their own distinct cultures and languages, which in turn has hindered national cohesion. The mountains, while breathtaking, have also served as safe havens for insurgent groups, perpetuating cycles of conflict and instability. Afghanistan's strategic location, right at the crossroads of Asia, has made it a highly coveted prize for empires throughout history. From Alexander the Great to Genghis Khan, conquerors have swept through this land, seeking to control vital trade routes and expand their domains. During the 19th century, both the British and Russian empires recognized Afghanistan's strategic importance and vied for influence in what became known as the Great Game for control of Central Asia. The country's mountainous terrain, while a barrier to development, has ironically also served as a refuge for those resisting foreign invaders. The very mountains that isolate communities have provided sanctuary to insurgents, enabling them to wage guerrilla warfare against far superior forces. This was starkly evident during the Soviet occupation in the 1980s and more recently in the ongoing conflict with the Taliban. The legacy of these conflicts is deeply woven into the fabric of Afghan society. Generations have grown up knowing nothing but war, leaving the country awash in weapons and with a deeply ingrained culture of violence. The physical and psychological scars of conflict continue to weigh heavily on Afghanistan, making the path to rebuilding and prosperity a daunting challenge. Section 4. Nature's wrath, climate and the struggle for survival. Afghanistan's harsh climate adds another layer of complexity to its challenges. The country experiences scorching summers, with temperatures soaring above 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 degrees Celsius in many areas. Winters are equally extreme, bringing bitter cold, heavy snowfall and frequent avalanches. These extreme weather patterns, coupled with frequent droughts, have made agriculture a precarious endeavor. Water scarcity is a constant threat, with farmers relying on ancient irrigation systems and unpredictable rainfall to sustain their crops. The result? Chronic food insecurity, with millions of Afghans facing hunger and malnutrition. Climate change is exacerbating these challenges. Glaciers in the Hindu Kush, a vital source of water for irrigation, are receding at an alarming rate. Droughts are becoming more frequent and severe, further jeopardizing food security and increasing competition for scarce resources. The impacts of climate change threaten to push Afghanistan further into humanitarian crisis. Section 5. The human cost: poverty, hunger, and the flight of millions. The cumulative impact of Afghanistan's geographic challenges is most acutely felt by its people. Decades of conflict, coupled with environmental degradation and economic stagnation, have left Afghanistan among the poorest countries in the world. Millions struggle to survive on less than $2 a day, lacking access to basic necessities like food, clean water, and healthcare. The country faces a severe hunger crisis, with millions suffering from malnutrition, particularly women and children. The COVID-19 pandemic, coupled with the Taliban's takeover in 2021, has exacerbated these challenges, leading to a collapse of the healthcare system and widespread economic hardship. Faced with such dire circumstances, millions of Afghans have fled their homes in search of safety and a better life. Afghanistan has one of the largest refugee populations in the world, with millions living in neighboring countries like Pakistan and Iran, often facing discrimination and precarious living conditions. The human cost of Afghanistan's struggles is immeasurable. Section 6. Can Afghanistan overcome its geographic destiny? The question that haunts Afghanistan is whether its geography is its destiny. Can a nation so profoundly shaped by its physical environment ever hope to overcome these challenges and achieve lasting peace and prosperity? The answer is complex and multifaceted. Geography undoubtedly plays a significant role in shaping Afghanistan's trajectory. However, it is not an insurmountable obstacle. While Afghanistan cannot change its landlocked status or erase its mountains, it can adapt and find ways to mitigate the challenges they pose. Investing in infrastructure, particularly roads, railways, and air links, is crucial to overcoming isolation and promoting economic development. Diversifying the economy beyond agriculture and developing its untapped mineral wealth could provide new avenues for growth. Regional cooperation, particularly with neighboring countries, is essential for accessing seaports and fostering trade. However, overcoming Afghanistan's challenges will require more than just bricks and mortar. It will require a fundamental shift in governance, one that prioritizes peace, inclusivity, and the rule of law. It will require addressing corruption, promoting human rights, and empowering women to participate fully in society. Section 7. A glimmer of hope towards a brighter future. While the road ahead for Afghanistan is fraught with obstacles, there is a glimmer of hope. The Afghan people have shown remarkable resilience and a determination to rebuild their lives. A new generation, yearning for peace and stability, is emerging. The international community has a moral obligation to support Afghanistan in its quest for a brighter future. This support must go beyond humanitarian aid and focus on long-term development, investing in education, healthcare, and sustainable economic opportunities. Ultimately, Afghanistan's destiny lies in the hands of its people. By embracing unity, good governance, and a commitment to peace, Afghanistan can overcome its geographic constraints and forge a new path toward a more prosperous and hopeful future.